All right, everybody, we are live. TexAgs Watch Along for the Prairie View game. A little bit different setup today. Had some moving parts, so I am upstairs by myself watching it from the second floor of TexAgs and trying to cover some breaking recruiting stuff that we just had happen. So if you hear my phone go off, it'll be probably recruiting related. If you're interested in what's going on in terms of visitors on campus, I suggest you get over to TexAgs.com on the premium side and check a few names that we've added to our visitor list in the last 24 to 48 hours. Can everybody hear me? I can't tell in terms of volume. Dalton may have to let me know. So we're getting ready to go here, A&M and Prairie View. Just need a thumbs up in the chat if you can hear me. We got to make sure you guys can't hear the broadcast. I turned the volume pretty far down. It's a little difficult to hear what's going on. And I got to take a phone call while on this stream. All right. Hopefully that was muted. Covering recruiting is interesting. It's like running a marathon with 100-yard sprints at a time. So A&M getting ready to kick off to Prairie View on the watch along. Hopefully A&M can coast through this one. That's a good Prairie View team. I mean, as good as they've had in a while. 7-2 coming into the night in the SWAC. Jawan Pass, their quarterback, started his career at Louisville and was the backup to Lamar Jackson. How are we doing this morning? Last home game of the year, probably the last time we'll see a lot of guys play in front of the 12th man at Kyle Field. So hopefully you send the seniors out and juniors like DeMarvin Leal and Kenyon Green, send them out on the right note. You'll hear a lot of background noise potentially if we have some traffic in the office. And you can probably hear the trains going by too because of where I'm sitting. All right, first play of the game. It's a pass down the left sideline, incomplete. Good throw by Pass, had his man and threw his hand. So A&M catches a little break on the first play of the game. PV going right for the jugular on play one. Looks like Deuce Harmon was out there to start the game at corner. I'm sure A&M, if they've got some guys that are slightly dinged up, they won't be pushing them to play with the big one against LSU next week. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Pass is going to be sacked by Jaden Peavy. Tyree Johnson there first. DeMarvin Leal got a piece, and then Jaden Peavy on senior day gets a sack for the senior from Houston Bel Air. So we'll see if the Aggie defense can get a 3-and-out to start the game. Got a lot of young guys dressed, and today I think Tunisha Adelier was dressed for the first time in a while. Tyree Johnson looks like he's lined up offside here. He just backed up a little bit. 3rd down, pass, sacked again. Edrin Cooper, Ardarius Jones, meeting at the quarterback. 3-and-out for the Aggie defense to open the game. Good start. In games like this, 11 a.m. kick against the FCS opponent, you worry about just slow starts and guys not being hooked up, ready to play. So PV will punt to Aniyah Smith, who's waiting around midfield. Aggies around the line of scrimmage look like they may be coming after this punt. Low wobbler. Takes a big bounce. Aniyah fields it and is tackled immediately at the A&M 45-yard line. Good start for the Aggie defense. Good starting field position for the offense. We'll see how many miles they put on some of these starters. You want them to get in rhythm. Obviously, we heard reports this week Demond Demas would be out, so we'll see Caleb Chapman start. We'll see how many miles they put on some of these starters here in this one. Baylor Cupp gets the start at tight end. That's a second tight end. It's an ESPN Plus broadcast, and we got an ESPN minus broadcasting team camera crew here. Seems like hand to Isaiah Spiller on the game. First play for the Aggies. He gets 5. Am I zoomed in too much, Luke? Do I need to back up? I'm doing it on the laptop. We traditionally have like a big camera set up that's zoomed out with downstairs in the studio, but it is what it is for today. We'll likely be back to our more traditional broadcast next week when the Aggies play in Baton Rouge against LSU. Also, the TV's right over here. That's what I'm looking at. Second down, 5 for the Aggies at midfield. Hand to Spiller again. He gets 3 or 4. 3. Give him 3. Be 3rd and 2 for the Aggies. Prairie View very much crowding the box. A&M going with a too tight look. It's Wademeyer and Cupp to start the game. Now Wademeyer comes off for Max Wright. 2 tights to the left, I formation. Anias is the lone receiver. Send Max Wright in motion from left to right. Snap, straight give to Isaiah. Pounds his way through down to the 40-yard line, 1st and 10 Aggies. Did anybody check the visitor list on TexAgs? Sorry, like I said, I'm dealing with some recruiting stuff. 1st and 10 A&M at the PV40. Calzada's first pass. Stop route to Caleb Chapman. Makes a man miss. He's down to the 30, 1st down. So on 1st and 10, Chap gets 10. Calzada opens the game with a completion. Brian Donahoe checked the site. Oh, they didn't give him a 1st down. 2nd one, 2 back set out of the gun with Achain and Spiller. Hand to Spiller. Spins off a tackle, gets 3 or 4. 1st down. That'll move the chains. Logan Lee bouncing around.
What's happening? We got a recruiting tab parked right now.
Yep. I had to mute the mic when he called. So steady diet of Isaiah Spiller on A&M's opening drive here. A&M inside the 30. 2 back set again, Spiller and Achain to either side of Calzada in the shotgun. Hand stretch again to Spiller. Follows his blocks. He's to the 23. It looked like he was going to go for more. Good job by the defenders on the perimeter for Prairie View. Well, they had it fitted up pretty good here. Father and Achain double team. They knocked the guy over and then knocked him into Isaiah's way, so Isaiah had to bounce it out. 2nd and 5 for the Aggies. A&M at the Prairie View 22-yard line. How many kolaches have you eaten today?
Only 2.
Oh, really?
But I had a donut. So 2 kolaches and a donut.
Throw to Anias out of the backfield. Prairie View reads it. Well, I can't tell how many yards they got because the camera crew, like I said, ESPN Plus broadcast, ESPN minus camera crew. It's 3rd and 1.
TexAgs Ryan Watch Along plus.
I mean, if anyone wants to sponsor it, it'd be plus.
No, you make it plus. The sponsor just gives us a little money.
Right. It makes it plus for all of us when they get a little money. 3rd and 1 for the Aggies. Isaiah, he's got the 1st down. He cuts in. Oh, he just tripped up. It got to just outside the 10-yard line, and somebody got him around the ankle. Would have scored. Very methodical for the Aggies, getting 5 or 6 a pop. I'm hoping this broadcast is going to play the halftime because I want to see the marching storm of PV. First and 10 A&M at the Panther 11. Throwing the bubble to Anias, overthrown. Had it set up, had the numbers you wanted. Calzada misfires. Drew, you're not paying ESPN? They got me sitting in the kitchen up here. It's not a bad place for a big guy like me. Second and 10 from the 11. Jalen Preston on the field in a 3-receiver set. Hands to Isaiah. Breaks 2 tackles and scores. Touchdown, Texas A&M. 11-yard run. Isaiah Spiller on the Aggies' opening drive that featured a lot of number 28. So defense goes 3 and out. Offense marches right down. Drive started at the 45-yard line. And a steady dose of Spiller. I think A&M completed 1 pass. Ten plays, 55 yards for the Aggies on the opening drive. Capped off by an 11-yard run by Isaiah Spiller, who may be playing his last game in front of the 12th man. Where are we watching from today? 118 folks in here. I guess we have less people in Kyle Field on an 11 o'clock kick for an FCS opponent. Where are we watching from? Y'all got to keep me entertained here. I'm by myself, so I don't have Richard to make fun of. And chat doesn't have Richard to make fun of. Actually, we could make fun of Richard more today since he's not here. So if you've got anything you want to get off your chest about Richard, make sure you get it in the chat and we'll get it on the screen as long as it's not perverse in some nature. Billy's sending me pictures from inside Kyle Field. I thought it was going to be of recruits, and it's definitely not. Longview, East Texas representing. Longview won last night. They got a regional semifinal matchup with Denton Ryan coming. Bob's at work on a Saturday. That sucks. Round Rock, Bakersfield, California. Yep, Richard better have his hat on. Fort Worth, Columbus, Ohio, Sherman, Texas. Does he go by Dick? You can call Richard whatever name you want. DFW, Lake Jackson, Argyle. Richard does have his hat on. Spring. Spread out across the state and a few out-of-staters. I'd like to see, one thing you start to get kind of not picky in these games, as long as everybody remains healthy and you come out on the other side of a win and you're not, having anybody miss the LSU game next week. I'd like to see if we could get Spiller and Achain to 1,000 yards apiece on the season. Not only be cool accomplishment for both of those kids and for the offensive line and for the Jimbo Fisher running game resume, but I think it'd be cool. It'd be a big sell on the recruiting trail as well as you look to close out this 22 cycle and into 23 with a guy like Ruben Owens out of El Campo. More Dallas, get some Lubbock, Oklahoma City. Michael Brennan is in Atlanta, Georgia. Quite a find of QB with the name Pass. Yeah, Juwan Pass started his career at Louisville. It's the backup to Lamar Jackson. Homework? Who does homework on a Saturday, you nerd? I'm kidding. when you get into the real world, sometimes you miss homework. Plainview, Texas in the house. Handoff by Prairie View. They get 2 on their first play of their second drive. Cy-Fair. Cy-Fair took one on the chin in the playoffs last night. Seabrook, I believe that's Galveston County. Second and 8 for the Panthers. Snap, give, gets 4. Tackle made by Andre White and Damani Richardson. So Prairie View, third and manageable on their second possession. 3rd and 3 for the Panthers. Oh, Seabrook is Harris County. Third and 3 for Prairie View. Aggies all around the line of scrimmage. Throw caught short of the line to gain. Good tackle, Aaron Hansford. Be 3rd and 1. Let's see what Prairie View, 4th and 1. See what Prairie View chooses to do. Prairie View offense staying on the field. Now it looks like the punt team will come on. They're going to call a timeout. Timeout, Prairie View ahead of a 4th and 1 play from their own 34. Daniela has engineering professors generally don't care about college football Saturdays. I wasn't smart enough to be an engineering student, so I wouldn't know anything about that. Terry's in Corpus Christi. Squares. He's in Canada, eh? Oh, all right, bud. Come on. Come up here. I'm going to mute this real quick. All right, we're back. How about your boy Connor last night? Yeah, huge second half for Connor Wigman and Bridgeland. He just arrived not too long ago. There was a bad traffic heading in today on 290 and 6, so a lot of the recruits are late getting into town. But Connor showed up with Andrew Molesky, his favorite target there at Bridgeland. And I heard that the College Park student section was chanting overrated at Wigman before the game started. So that's 2 weeks in a row that the opposing student section have chanted overrated at Connor Wigman, and then that strategy has not paid off for them when the clock struck 0. Another confirmation on the recruiting front. I'll have to post that at the next break. Very interesting for an 11 a.m. kick against Prairie View. All right, 4th and 1. Panthers are going to go for it. Pass in the shotgun with a running back to his left. 2 wide receivers to either side. So I'd bet this is going to be a zone read. Nope, going under center. Quarterback sneak, and he may have turned and gotten it. Let's see what the spot says. So they spread A&M out, and then they ran under center to try to quick sneak A&M. Good surge by the Aggie nose guard, and A&M defense does not think – no, they didn't get it. 4th down stop by the Aggie defense. Just great push on the interior. Juwan pass hits the pile. Leon jumped over the entire pile, didn't hit anybody, but Aaron Hansford makes the play. He tried to roll off, and Hansford was right there to stick with him. So A&M will take over just inside the Prairie View 35. We're going to take a look at the spot. Everybody's kind of milling around. So they're going to review the spot here. Sorry, like I said, I'm dealing with recruiting stuff. Just added a confirmation to our visitor list. After further review, really on the field stands. So A&M with a 2 3 and outs. I guess that's what you'd call a 4 and out. Devon Achain in at running back. Max Wright. They set back tight end. Jalen Watermeyer is attached there in front of him on the right side. Out of the shotgun. Play action. Calzada looking deep. Throws. Caught by Watermeyer inside the 20 all the way down. Drug out of bounds at the 17. Good catch. Good throw by Zach. Broadcast showing a graphic. The average weight of the A&M offensive line, 316 pounds. The average weight of the Prairie View defensive line, 240 pounds. Hand to Achain. He's at the 10. He's inside the 10. He's down to the 6-yard line. Kenyon Green. Oh, no. Not the guy that you want to be having the trainers come out and look at him. Looks like he's holding his right ankle. He's up on his feet. He's going to walk off gingerly, favoring that right ankle. I don't know that I would play Kenyon Green anymore today. Carlos, if you want to know who's visiting, I suggest you get to TexAgs. We have an updated visitor list that was being updated as recently as about 5 minutes before kickoff. Kenyon walking around. Looks like he's okay. So Blake Traynor, I believe. Yep, Blake Trainor's going to come in at left guard. And to Achain from the 7. Devon down to the 1. Theo Orstrom is here. He arrived, I believe he arrived in Texas late Thursday. He is taking his official visit and has reclassified into the class of 2022. Second and goal from the 1. Achain, untouched, right up the middle, touchdown. 2 drives, 2 rushing touchdowns for the Aggie offense, one from Isaiah Spiller and one from Devon Achain. Aggies extend the lead to 13-0, pending the extra point here in the first quarter. Yeah, if Keontae Goodwin, the Kentucky offensive line commit from Charlestown, Indiana, 5-star, he's on an official visit this weekend. And if you're in the stadium, and I don't know why you would be in the stadium if you're watching this stream, you're going to notice him. He is one of the more giant human beings on the planet. And he's an 18-year-old that looks like he's 29 with a pair of kids. I mean, just incredibly advanced-looking physical specimen for a high school senior. Does the equipment staff have enough umlauts for Theo's jersey? Or you could just, I guess they could just cut up. That's probably all screen printed now. It's not the old school days. Ooh. Another interesting tidbit from on A&M's recruiting. Just got that on the phone. Let me get some confirmation on it, and then I'm going to have to make a post while I'm sitting here. Oh, sometimes you just don't know in this recruiting deal, like when your busy days are going to be, and who thought an 11 a.m. kick against Prairie View was going to keep me on my toes this morning. Nobody committed, Bob. Just been some interesting visitors for A&M this week, and some other top targets making visits elsewhere or scheduled visits elsewhere. $14-0 Aggies midway or just over midway through the first quarter. I'm hungry. There's no way that I'm getting food delivered upstairs. There's no way that Dalton or Richard are listening to this right now. Yeah, Tim, and there's more here that we were just, like guys in the underclass prospects at A&M's that are just keeping an eye on. There's more kids here that aren't offered, in the classes of 24 and even some 25s that we haven't gotten on the list, but I'll add them when I get a chance. Had a crew from Fort Bend Marshall show up, and I know there was some of the commits even snuck into town that we weren't expecting. So good turnout on the visitor list for sure. They're showing a clip of Bryce Foster just manhandling his dude on the last Achain touchdown run. And the Aggie offense needed to find some rhythm and some confidence this week after being pretty poor against Ole Miss last week. First down carry for Prairie View goes nowhere. Jaden Peavy with the penetration and tackle at the line of scrimmage. Second and 10 for the Panthers at their own 25. Aggies look like they're going to show blitz. Here comes Deuce Harmon. Pass is overthrown. Good coverage by Jalen Jones. Even if it was a good throw, I don't know that it would have been fit into that window. Very good coverage on the stop route by Jalen. For the Bama game, we think recruiting is going to be impacted. No, these kids, they don't really react to wins and losses like fans do. They take the season as an entirety and look at it that way. Third down, blitz, absolutely smoked, fumble, picked up, touchdown. Antonio Johnson comes off the edge untouched and absolutely destroys Jawan Pass He fumbles. It's picked up by Aaron Hansford, who scoops and scores. Holy cow, what a play by Antonio Johnson. I mean, he was shot out of a cannon off the edge and absolutely detonated the quarterback. Put his helmet right in his chest. Ball falls at the quarterback's feet. Aaron Hansford, Johnny on the spot. Scoop and score for the Aggie defense. I'm waiting to see a replay on that, but Antonio Johnson timed that up beautifully. Unblocked off the edge, and he's been A&M's best defensive player on the entirety of the year. And he just obliterates the quarterback, and the ball falls at his feet, and Aaron Hansford's there to pick it up. Hansford on a blitz as well. Ugh, I mean, just vaporized him. Shamar Turner right there around Hansford as the ball's picked up as well. Well, it's 21-0 A&M in the first quarter. .455 remaining in the first. If you're on the site, I just dropped a little bit of news on the recruiting thread. PV right back on the field, back at the 25-yard line after a touchback, and 2-yard carry tackle made by Edrin Cooper and DeMarvin Leal. Second and 8. Yeah, Michael, that was a interesting piece of news, wasn't it? Handoff up the middle. He gets about 3 or 4. Tackle made by Isaiah Rakes. Y'all, I've been going to the chiropractor for a few weeks, like 3 or 4 weeks straight, and then I missed for 2 weeks. And I'm telling you, I feel a difference. I had never gone to the chiropractor until the last couple of months, and now I'm a huge believer in going and getting adjusted. 3rd and 3, Prairie View hands. They get about 6. So Panthers get their first down of the game. They're out to their own 39-yard line. Forrest Richards out today. He's downstairs with Dalton, and they're having to work the game stuff. So I'm by myself. Michael, there's no chance he's a surprise visitor. The guy I'm referring to, if you don't know who it is, you have to go check TexAgs. Prairie View with their best run. That got about an 11 there. Ran through a tackle of DeMarvin Leal. Good run for the Panthers. Actually, they got closer to 14 on that run. So they're on the plus side of the field, are the Panthers at the A&M 47, 1st and 10. Handoff up the middle, stuffed, no gain. Shamar Turner, Edrin Cooper. Sack, DeMarvin Leal. Sorry, again, I'm trying to do a bunch of stuff at once here. I'm running a little bit behind. DeMarvin Leal just flat out beats the tackle, records a sack. Fadil Diggs in the game. 3rd and 16 for the Panthers. Leal, Adarius Jones, Shamar Turner in on a 3-down defensive front. They run into that. Tackle made by Darius Jones. After about a 4-yard gain. Actually, they're going to give him 8. No, not 8, 6. So it'll be 4th and 8 for Prairie View. Nope, they're going to punt after offense hung around. Tim, I do not believe we're going to see Haynes this year. And looks like Moose Muhammad is going to be back to return the punt. So the Aggies making a change at punt returner. And Moose Muhammad in the game. He's wearing 86 because Tyreek Chappelle is on punt block. So you can't have 2 7s on the field at the same time. PV takes a delay of game to give the punter more room. They're going to punt right from midfield. Ball is away. Caught on the run by Moose Muhammad. He's at the 30. He's all the way out to the 40. He caught it on a dead sprint and nearly got through that second wave. But a good return from Moose Muhammad. Aggies will have it back on offense as we get near the end of the first quarter. I believe we've only got a few seconds left. Calzada rolling, throws on the run, wide open. Jalen Preston caught. He's out of bounds at the Prairie View 32. Good throw by Zach on the roll. Trying to post about recruiting stuff. That's the end of the first quarter, so I can take a little bit of a break here. There's a lot going on, chat. 21-0 after 1 quarter of play. Just joined who returned the punt. That was Moose Muhammad, wearing number 86. Oh, I'm getting a phone call. Let me put you guys on mute. All right, we're back. Can you hear me? All good? More importantly, could you not hear that phone call? That's the main thing. I was going to put it on speaker, but just in case. I'm not technologically savvy to know exactly when I'm muted and when I'm hot, so better safe than sorry, right? That wasn't anything pressing or breaking, but it was interesting. Phone's almost out of battery. We're going to have to get a charger up here at halftime. What's for lunch, everybody? And have y'all started drinking? Are you drinking before an 11 a.m. game against Prairie View? Hey, Keith Brown's on the field. Moose Muhammad's on the field. Calzada still in at quarterback. Baylor Cupp at tight end. Jalen Wademeyer at tight end. Looks like the same offensive line is still out there. Isaiah Spiller at running back. Play fake. Going to throw it. It was intended for Keith Brown, was undercut and incomplete. Almost intercepted. Drinking Ninfaritas already? Yikes, those things are dangerous. When they had the Ninfas here in College Station, they'd cut you off after 2. 2nd and 10 for the Aggies. Hand to Isaiah Spiller to the 20, the 15, the 10, shoved out of bounds at the 6. Girlfriend, tell me what I've got some ideas. I try to be a good listener. $23 yards for Isaiah Spiller down to the Prairie View 7. 1st and goal for the Aggies. 2 tight ends lined up to the left side of the formation. Hands to Spiller. He's at the 5. He's at the 4. He's trying for the 3. Coors Light. Shiner cheer. Speaking of Devin Price, I believe Devin Price is in the game. Oh, went the wrong way, did Zach. He's going to have to fall down at the 9-yard line. Zach turned the wrong direction on the handoff and then had nowhere to go and just falls down. It looks like Zach knew he went the wrong direction too. So now 3rd and goal from the 10. That may be A&M's first negative play of the game. 3 wide receivers set to the right side. Actually, Jalen Wademeyer is a flex tight end here inside. Snap back to Calzada. Throw to the end zone. Well overthrown. Intended for Jalen Preston. Then you had Moose Muhammad over the middle of the field running pretty open around the 4-yard line. So it'll bring in Seth Small for a 27-yard field goal attempt from the center of the field. Snap, hold, kick is good. Right down the middle from Seth, who just sets the Seth Small just set the career points record at Texas A&M. 267 career points, and he does it in his final home game in front of the 12th man. What a cool honor for such a great kid, and you have to say one of the best kickers in Texas A&M history. Very cool. Very cool for Seth. I hope he gets to kick footballs for 10 more years professionally. Oh, Dalton's doing that. It's happening again chant. So we must have trouble for the Horns in Morgantown.
You are correct.
What's the score?
I don't know. They just scored again. I don't think Texas has got a first down yet.
Dalton, did you tweet that Seth Small is a new career points leader? Is that Richard doing that?
I didn't. I was going to retweet A&M.
Oh.
I did. I wanted to come get a snack.
$14 to nothing. Do I think Anias is declaring? We'll see. I think he's one facing a decision. I think Damani Richardson's one facing decision, but I'd lean toward Damani coming back. Bronny, which recruits are at the game? You can go to TexAgs.com premium and look at that. $14 to nothing Mountaineers. A&M kicking off again through the back of the end zone. If anybody's in the stadium, I want to know the volume level on the Marching Storm Prairie View band. Is Jawan Pass not coming back into the game for Prairie View? Looks like the Panthers may be making a change at quarterback. See, Michael, if we just turn it into recruiting chat, then I'm giving information that people pay for away for free. And one, Mr. Billy Lucci may not like that. Things are not percolating today. Things may be percolating within the next 7 days, though. Yeah, I'd like to see a lot of snaps from Boast. Prairie View's already changed quarterbacks. That was a first down run for no gain for the Panthers. 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Handoff again. He gets 5, 4. I give him 5. Tackle made by Leon O'Neal and Tyree Johnson. Third and 5 for the Panthers. The Prairie View the band is awesome. I was in the stadium last time they came, and it was like they brought the house down at halftime. 3rd and 5, quarterback escapes the pocket. He runs around the edge and just gets a first down. Aggies get pressure, but the backup's able to escape and runs to the corner and gets a first down. So on 3rd and 5, they scramble for 6.5 or 7. Hand off. Gets 3. Got a flag down. The first piece of laundry I believe we've seen today. Legal formation on Prairie View. I guess it would be easier to just pull TexAgs up here. Wait, I'm not having to go back and forth to my phone when I need to make updates, right? There we go. 100 folks in here. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me today, spending your Saturday watching the Aggies. You know, everybody talks about, oh, it's a throwaway trash game against Prairie View, you know, when you got LSU next week, and I get it, but when you go back and you're sitting around on your couch on Saturday in March or April and you're missing football, you're going to be wanting these kind of days back. And how much you think about how much game days in Aggie Land are treasured by so many people, and you get 6 days a year, maybe 7 days a year to do it. So you take full advantage. We won't be covering a home game until the spring game. 1st and 20. Throw down the sideline. Ball's caught. What a great catch. He's out of bounds. Jalen Jones squeezes the receiver to the sideline, runs him out of bounds, but it was a great throw and catch. A really good coverage by Jalen. Like I said, this PV team is not completely without talent. Like, they've got a bunch of guys that have transferred from some Power 5 schools. And they're having a really solid year. Yeah, he's out of bounds. Prairie View hand inside. Not much there. McKinley Jackson stonewalls the Panther running back. I wasn't out there a whole lot, Tim, at the tailgate. I saw a few people shaking a few drinks up, though. I've actually got a baseball game to coach at 4 o'clock here in town, College Station High. Quarterback draw on 3rd and 19. Ooh, Leon O'Neal put a good lick on Edrin Cooper there, but Aaron Hansford had drugged down the quarterback just in front of him. Doesn't like there was anything too foul there. So the Aggies get a stop on 3rd and very long. And Prairie View will punt it away. Let's see if Moose Muhammad is still back. I'd like to see Yul Keith Brown get a shot to return a punt. Ball is away. Oh, it's partially blocked. Fadil Diggs gets his hand up and gets a piece of the punt. It does go downfield, and I don't know where they're marking this at. Again, the camera crew is just killing me here with these looks. But Fadil Diggs on the punt block team is unblocked and gets a paw on the punt. Ball landed on the Prairie View side of the field and then rolled across the 50. Not many of y'all partaking in refreshments this morning. I don't hate it. Long day, right? Luch with a good burn on Twitter of a Texas fan this morning. If you haven't gone and seen that, might want to give Luch a old retweet. A Texas fan said, I was about to ask what channel the A&M game is on, but then I remembered they're playing a junior high team. To which Billy Lucci quote tweeted and said, "So is West Virginia." Bodied. Luch putting the Longhorns in a body bag this morning. Texas had, this was, I guess, 5 minutes ago, but they had 14 yards on 12 plays. Yikes. Chat is dry. Giving me nothing to react to. Somebody say something ignorant. It's 24-0 with 8:48 to go in the second quarter. We need something to talk about, especially during commercial breaks. Oh, Calzada still in at quarterback. Same offensive line. I haven't seen Achain. Oh, Achain is in. Aggies at their own 36. So a fortunate bounce for Prairie View after the partially blocked punt. Here's Achain. Cuts inside. Stays on his feet. What a great run. Spun inside, cut inside. Bounced his way forward for 11. First down. Oh, Reuben Fothery just plowing people. And to Achain again. Another spin move in the hole. All right, blow the whistle. You're going to get somebody hurt. He got stood up after he made the man miss. Prairie View safeties are getting real aggressive once the ball's handed off. They're talking about Bryce Foster's calves. Bryce Foster's probably going to have a plethora of NIL deals coming this offseason, if I had to guess. Calzada back to throw. High throw caught by Moose Muhammad, gain of about 4. Aggies across midfield at the 49. They'll be facing 3rd down and 5. They're going to call it a long 5, even 6. Calzada back to pass. Over the middle. Caught. First down. Good move. Jalen Preston. Puts his foot in the ground. We got Kenyon Jackson on the field. First time we've seen the 6'6" Georgia native at receiver. Many people in the chat are own a business and are trying to do an NIL deal with Bryce Foster or anybody on the A&M team. You know, I think if you were a delivery service, like why wouldn't you do one with Achain? You come with all kind of stuff based off what these kids do well. Keith Brown into the game. 2 tights. A&M at the Prairie View 37. Calzada drops back the pass, going deep. Overthrown, intended for Keith Brown. Second time they've tried to get it to the freshman from Miami. Second time it has fallen incomplete. And to Achain, makes a man miss. Puts his hand in the ground, fights forward for about 4 or 5. So A&M with another 3rd down. Clock rolling. You're inside 6 minutes to play in the first half. I have to find a Phone charger at halftime. Snap back to Calzada on third down. Throw, caught over the middle. Moose Muhammad at the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Texas A&M. Slant pattern over the middle. Catch and run by Moose Muhammad. Moose showing a little juice. So Aggies, after the extra point, will go up 31-0 with 5:22 remaining in the first half. Highlighting Jalen Preston's blocking downfield, which I think he's been A&M's best blocking receiver all year. He's been fantastic. All right, back here. Matt Man says Preston deserves to get a touchdown this game. I agree. Jake C, who's QB1 next year? There's going to be a battle. Tabe's got his money on Haynes King. Michigan State getting exposed today. I would like to some scores from around the country if you got them. I figured that Michigan State's too vanilla to beat Ohio State. And listen, to beat, like you have to have a certain level of talent to beat Georgia, Bama, Ohio State. That's why everybody was surprised the LSU-Bama game was close, and I was too to a certain extent. But like you think about the teams in the country that have the type of talent to keep it close with the elites, and it's the teams that have recruited at the very highest levels each year. Like I know Clemson struggled this year, but Clemson kept it really close with Georgia. Why? Because Clemson's got really good players. LSU, even as bad as they've been, they've still got really good players because they've recruited the best players or some of the best players in the country for the last 4 or 5 years. Michigan State doesn't recruit on the level of Ohio State. They don't have enough good players. So the odds are, now obviously you get one-offs here and there, but the odds are that in games like that, the team with the overwhelming talent is going to win. And I know Michigan State's got a Heisman, maybe even a Heisman front runner in Kenneth Walker. But, I mean, if you were scripting, if you're making the list of the 20 most talented players in that game, Michigan State against Ohio State, how many of the top 20 players in terms of talent are on the Michigan State roster? I don't know the answer, but I'd guess less than 5. $28-0 Ohio State. Clemson's up 10-0 on Wake. Clemson was favored in that game. He got a walk-on, makes the tackle on the kickoff coverage there. Inside the 20. I don't know. I didn't see who kicked that. Iowa State and Oklahoma tied at 7. See Connor Wigman's name mentioned in the chat. He's back on campus again today. So PV is going to stick with their backup quarterback. 5 minutes and 16 seconds to go in the half. Jordan Gilbert in at safety for the Aggies. Handoff, tackle for loss by Tyree Johnson. Jaden Peavy also back there. Well, Texas scored to cut West Virginia's lead in half. Snap back, throw down the sideline. Jalen Jones squeezed the coverage. Ball falls incomplete. There was no winner to get that ball in. Leon O'Neal coming over to help out as well. Third and 10 for the Panthers. Darius Jones into the game. Shamar Turner, it's that same three down front that we've seen. Actually playing Tyree Johnson as a real wide 9 stand-up. Blitz. They run by it, but good play by Tyree Johnson. Shamar Turner back there, running back, slipped through his grasp and had a little bit of a lane, and Tyree shuts it down. 4th and 7, and here comes the punt team for Prairie View. Texas had a long touchdown pass. I'm guessing that was to Xavier Worthy. Dalton with the EPL update. 1-0 Liverpool over Arsenal. Prairie View punts. Moose Muhammad waits. I got a good one off there. Over the shoulder catch. Moose is all the way down to the 15. Stiff arm on a guy. Stiff arm was another guy. He's at the 25. He's at the 30. He's at the 35. He's near the 40. What an incredibly athletic and physical return by Moose Muhammad, who's had a very good first half. Anais Smith celebrating with him. Anais has his gloves off and helmet off. I think we're done with Anais today. Huge punt by the Prairie View punter. Moose Muhammad catches it over his shoulder, retreats all the way back inside the 20, and then gets a return back to the 40 after a pair of really impressive stiff arms. Bob, I did not see the pic of Keontae Goodwin and Jimbo. Where was it posted? Twitter, Instagram, on the boards, what? Bob said it's on the board. What thread are you talking about, Bob? I was just looking at the board. What's the thread titled? I'm running out of battery on my stupid phone. Oh, I see it now. I found it. Holy cow. Yeah, you need to look. You need to go look at that picture of Keontae Goodwin. That's not right. Didn't Mel Tucker just get like a $10 million contract or $95 million for 10 years, whatever it was? Calzada still in at quarterback. A&M starting at their own 40. Jalen Preston. Keith Brown at receiver. Isaiah Spiller at running back. Reverse to Keith Brown. He's at the 40. He's at the 30. He's at the 20. He's all the way down inside the 15. So they find a creative way to get the ball to the freshman from Miami, and he explodes down the sideline all the way down to the Prairie View 15. That kid can boogie. Hand to Spiller, get the defense going one way, flip it back to Keith. He runs by everybody, including some of his blockers, and really got a face mask at the end of it that wasn't called. Hand to Achain. Achain nearly breaks through. He gets all the way down to the 6. I feel bad for you, Joe. Pinch nerves are awful. Nope. Keith went to Miami Central with Amari Daniels. Hand to Achain. Cuts inside. Gets to the 1.5. Does get a first down on that run. First and goal. Aggies hit the 1. Devin Price in the game. Baylor Cupp in the game. Kenyon Jackson in the game. Devon Achain behind Zach Calzada, who's in the shotgun. Achain met in the backfield. Huge bust on the left side. I mean, Jameer Johnson and Baylor Cupp talking to each other. Let's see what happens on replay here. Whiff by Jameer Johnson on the play side linebacker. Prairie View still playing hard. First and goal from the 4. A little roll. Calzada falls down. So A&M gets inside the 1 and has a -3 on a rush, then a sack for a -4, and they're back to the 9. That was a play-action rollout. We saw A&M use that last year with Anias, trying to get the ball to Moose, who never came open, and Zach stopped and started backpedaling, and his feet went out from under him. It's technically Prairie View's 4th sack of the half. Third and goal from the 8. Calzada. Throw, caught, Moose Muhammad. He's just shy of the goal line. He's inside the 1. So A&M will take a timeout with 8 seconds remaining on 4th and goal. And Zach holding on to the ball a long time here. Good job by the offensive line. Good catch by Moose. Spins off a man and just cannot quite get it to the yellow. So 10 seconds remaining, 4th and goal. Let's see what the Aggies do. Chip shot, field goal, or will they go? Yeah, the Aggies will receive the second half kickoff. It's 31-0. Aggie offense is on the field. Ernest Crownover in the game at fullback. Fourth and goal with 10 seconds left from inside the 1. Baylor Cup, Max Wright, Jalen Weidemeyer, 3 tights. Cup in motion, turn, hand to Achain, touchdown. Very well fit up for a short yardage run. Devon Achain, his second touchdown of the first half. 6 ticks remaining in the second quarter. So Achain's in the end zone again. He's very comfortable there. Really good block by Max Wright. Achain runs through a tackle at the goal line. Andrew Castilla says, hey, Ron, how'd you get into covering recruiting? Interesting story there, I bet. I've told it, I think, on stream before earlier in the year. I got my master's at A&M in sports management and have been working for the 12th Man Foundation in the marketing department. And that's really where I've kind of been on TexAgs. I was I was Aggie growing up, and I've been on TexAgs a little bit. And then when I started in grad school is when I was on there kind of daily. And so I got my master's in sport management and working for the 12th Man Foundation. And that's when I decided I wanted to kind of get in the sports media side of things. And I interviewed with TexAgs a couple of times. They were looking for part-time work, and I was looking for full-time work. I had great interviews with the ownership, and things went well, but just we were looking for 2 different things. So I bounced around, did some odd jobs, and was actually looking at moving out of College Station in the greater Houston to just find more consistent work. If the sports media thing wasn't going to work out here in town, and I didn't want to do that because I was very attached to my 12 baseball kids and wanted to continue working with that organization and being involved with the community here in Bryan College Station. And just out of nowhere one day, Lucci called me, said, hey, if you're still interested in a full-time position, we have a recruiting spot opening up. And so went interviewed for that, went well, and they hired me on, and it's that was 2015 or 16, and kind of grown in the role ever since and had more added to my plate, and been very thankful for my time here at TexAgs and for the ownership for believing in me. Eli says 2,000+ yard rushers this year, Spiller and Achain. I don't know where are they at numbers wise on the day. I guess I get the stats pulled up. I can hear the Prairie View halftime announcer in here in the office, and I'm a quarter mile, maybe half a mile from Kyle, and that's inside of a stadium, and I'm in a building, and I can still hear shouting. Awesome. I need
What's up, homie?
Video of this PV halftime.
Oh, he doesn't have headphones.
Oh, Zane wants to join in the. I won't be able to hear you, Richard.
I guess I'll just have to run you a pair
Can
of
y'all hear Richard? I can't hear him. Thank God.
I'll be right back. I'm running you some headphones.
Oh, bring me my headphones and then you can hang out. Look, everybody, Richard's here. Aren't you so happy? Everybody get excited for Richard. Jesus. He just hummed. Well, I say hummed. It's not like Richard's got any kind of arm talent. Oh, they are showing the PV band at halftime. Oh, they went to commercial. Richard just threw these headphones from downstairs upstairs.
Oh, fantastic. Did you get those figured out there, Brawny?
Yeah, I wish you would have brought me a phone charger, though.
I can do that too.
Halftime stats, Richard, go.
All right, halftime stats. You were talking about Spiller and Achain, and Ryan's already got the stats in there. Spiller, 9 carries for 70 yards. Achain, 10 for 45. Not a great day for Devon, but you know as well as I do that he can one carry.
I'm sure he's done.
Get the house. But he's got 2 touchdowns already. So
yeah.
Total yards, pretty ridiculous. A&M 263 to Prairie View's 46. The Panthers only have 2 yards through the air. In fact, they've only completed 1 pass, and that was Jawan pass for a 2-yard gain. They brought in Tarzan Conley. They've got their second stringer in there. Dalton seems to think it's because they're playing for the SWAC next week.
Oh, yeah.
They don't want their starter to get hurt.
So we're going to see backups on both sides in the second half then.
Oh, absolutely. Rushing yards, A&M, 149 in the first half. They got 114 through the air. The stat that's sticking out to me right now, Brawny, is A&M has not committed a penalty. That was something that Jimbo Fisher and everybody talked about on Monday at the press conference. They don't want to screw themselves. You know, they don't want to be playing behind the sticks at all. So that's obviously something they worked on, being more disciplined. Panthers have 3 penalties for 15 yards and losses. A&M is 4 for 6 on third downs, 1 for 1 on fourth downs. A&M's picked up 13 first downs, Prairie View just 3. So, and the biggest stat of the day right now, it's Liverpool 1, Arsenal 0.
Well, I've expected as much, but
Well,
Arsenal's
actually,
playing much better. Much better.
Arteta and Kloppo both got shown a yellow. They got into
Love
it on
that.
the touchline. So
Love that. Klopp doesn't want any of Arteta.
Oh, also,
Double his age.
Dalton's telling me another important stat. 35-0 in Columbus.
Yep, I saw that in the chat. And it looks like it's 21-7 in Morgantown.
Ohio State's got the ball again. They're already inside the Michigan State 30.
I mean, it's a beatdown.
It's like, thanks for coming out, Michigan State. Good try. So,
R wants to know why you shave your mustache, Richard.
me?
I get. Oh, why did I shave my mustache?
No, it looks like
I
you shaved your mustache.
I did. I screwed it up. I was trying to trim it and get like the top edges all lined up, and I messed up.
So I don't
So
do
it
the
always
whole.
comes up. Can
I'll
you
do the
hear?
whole
Can you
bullshit
hear the
thing.
lady, the halftime announcer for Prairie View down there?
No, not down here. There's too many walls in the way and a bunch of soundproofing as well. Remember,
Yeah.
Studio's in the way.
I mean, I could if I had these headphones off, I bet I could tell what she was saying, like verbatim.
Tim Smith's asking. It was Sadio Mane. Tim.
Does Arsenal have any shots on goal?
I don't have their statistics in front of me. I can find it.
Just ask Dalton.
Well, Dalton, we've actually been paying more attention to the Ohio State game and
Oh.
that beatdown. So
I know Liverpool's going to beat Arsenal like a redheaded
Well,
stepchild.
what is
it's about to be, they just scored another touchdown. It's about to be 42-0. Good Lord.
So they're putting on Michigan State like A&M's putting on PV.
No, Ohio State's putting it on
Worse.
Michigan State worse than A&M's putting it on PV.
This halftime report's interesting. We're showing highlights from the Bama-Miami game in week 1.
Here, I'll
What
tell
is
you-
it?
I'll tell you
What,
stats
is it
about
at
this.
halftime in Morgantown?
I don't know. I can look that up. I was going to give you stats for the there's about 10 minutes left to play, according to Google, in the second quarter. I think that's got to be wrong because you said it's
It has to be wrong.
21-7, right?
21-7 is what I saw in the chat.
It's telling me it's 14-0. Well, and I got to change my
You're way
ESPN.
behind.
I got to leave the top 25 to go find this game. Yeah, it's 21-7, about a minute 1:47 left in the second quarter. Texas has the ball at the West Virginia 39-yard line.
That's 2 4-6 teams going at it. Isn't West Virginia 4-6?
Yeah, they're both 4-6. And just to answer your earlier question, Arsenal does have a shot on goal.
Well, good.
They've had 3 shots, one of them on target.
That is a step in the right direction compared to how we normally play against Liverpool.
How's life up there in the kitchenette?
I actually don't hate this. It's way easier setup than what we've been doing. And I think especially if like we could zoom in like this, maybe we'll get more guys that are interested in, former players interested in doing this. So it's not just me and you.
Yeah. How many snacks have you had?
0.
None? You're right there.
0.
You're right next to the snacks.
I know I'm back on my no carb all meat diet. Last night for dinner, I had 2. Well, it was kind of a separated dinner. Before the game that I worked in Bryan was 1 pack of sliced chicken breast, and after the game was another pack of sliced chicken breast.
Okay. I went to had a Friendsgiving to go to, so a bunch of my classmates made us a bunch of food.
That's very sorority of you.
Thank you.
Did y'all have PSLs?
No, I don't think I've ever once had anything pumpkin spice. I do not like that flavor. I don't do the whole pumpkin pie. I don't do pumpkin spice. I don't do any of that. Not a good thing, in my opinion. You look like a PSL kind of guy.
Are you crazy? I don't really do coffee. You know what I do like?
Energy drinks?
I do. But I try to do like the healthy energy drinks.
Red Bull?
There's no such thing. I've been doing the Celsius lately.
I've heard those are good.
Those are kind of my new thing. I found out something like coffee flavored that I really like. Tiramisu.
Oh yeah, tiramisu is good.
And it's like it's Italian, right? But it's like,
good Lord.
Well, Richard, you can't just say that.
Ohio State is just, it's brutal. How are they allowed to show this on cable television?
It's like it's like every play is like the Antonio Johnson hit.
Yes. Like Kenneth Walker looks like Prairie View's running back today. What is that? Oh, it's a Billy Lucci. Thank you, Dalton.
How's this happening?
Dalton's doing things. He's working his magic.
Do more things, Dalton. We need crap to talk about.
Billy Lucci.
Can you put that back up there? Look at his head angle because he's trying. Look how he can't see. He's blind as a bat, so he has to chin up, and I got to squint my eyes to see anything. They can see. Chat can see that, right?
Yeah. Pretty sure chat can see Billy.
Yeah. You want to see a video from Bohunk of the Marching Storm?
You have video of the marching storm?
Dalton says that Bohunk posted something, so he's going to go try and find
wonderful. I bet it's A+ quality.
He's downloading it from Twitter as we speak.
Is Bohunk one of the camera operators for this ESPN Plus broadcast?
That would explain a lot, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So you don't have audio, right? So when Marv made that sack in that, I guess it was the second or third series PV had, they called him Leon O'Neal.
Who did? The broadcast crew?
The broadcasters. It was
Do you know the names of the broadcasters? I can't hear. I can barely hear the volume of the TV.
Dalton looked him up, but it was 2 guys that he had never heard of. And Dalton Hughes is a broadcasting savant. Oh, look at that. Some Ohio State band boy is wearing a turtle on his head.
Hey,
Turtle?
They're rooting for Maryland instead of Michigan today. He's about to pull it up, Ronnie.
I won't be able to talk, but we'll watch the band.
What happened? That was it?
That was it. So that came
That's
courtesy of,
typical bow hunt video.
yeah,
There was no music played. They were getting in
came
formation.
courtesy, Bronny. That came courtesy of Bohunk Ag at Mike Ag 96 on Twitter if you want to check that out again. So
Yeah, we got to give him proper video cred if we're going to use it on stream, right?
Yeah, that's what we got to do, man. We're not trying to get shut down. Man.
I need the full thing, though. I was getting ready to get into that.
I like the market.
Mike Corey and Dave Steckel. Can I get a football history lesson on Dave Steckel?
Dalton says that he used to be the defensive coordinator at the University of Missouri.
Oh, under Pinkel?
And he was a former head coach at Missouri State.
Was it under Gary Pinkel?
Was it under Pinkel, Dalton?
Yeah.
Yes.
He was there when Henson was the OC at Missouri.
He says he was there when Josh Henson was the offensive coordinator at Mizzou.
Okay.
So, all right, man. I'm about to leave it.
Wow, we were having so much fun.
But the game's about to come back, and I got work to do.
It's 38-0.
So work just stops when it's 38-0?
Well, I mean, it's not as pressing of an issue, but whatever.
All right, I'll stay.
I'm hoping we don't see
stay in
any more Calzada or Achain or Spiller.
I think that would be a good thing.
All right, you're useless.
I think if you don't put either of them in this game, or if they're done, they don't. There's no chance that either one of them will get to 1,000.
I mean, that's just lanyap.
Huh?
That's just like the cherry on top.
Yeah.
How many yards do they need on the season?
I mean, I think Achain's still under, especially with
900.
this output today. I think he's still under 800. I mean,
He's under 800?
I shouldn't say there's no chance, but it's very unlikely.
Yeah, Devon could hit a 90-yarder if he's, in one play.
Ooh. Liverpool almost doubled their lead.
I need my back popped, Richard.
I'm not going to help you, buddy. It's all you. Or somebody in the chat. Anybody in the chat know how to help pop Ronnie's back?
Ugh. They need to keep the starters in for stats? I don't think so, Gunnar Howard. I think you're playing a dangerous game there.
So you saw that Texas settled for a field goal?
Yeah, it was 21-10.
Okay, and West Virginia's already driving. They're at the Texas 36 with 28 to play. Now they're at the 31. Man, Texas is not going to go to a bowl game.
Achain started the game at 8:16, so he's over 850 for the season. So he probably won't get there today at all. But
no,
Spiller's 15 shy of 1,000.
Ohio State's got the ball again, and it's just brutal.
Did y'all see Holgerson draw a 15-yard penalty during U of H Memphis last night? I didn't because I was working high school games. But I'll say this: the crowd at the U of H game was embarrassing. They're a top 25 team with one loss, and they're going to play for a conference championship, and they had nobody in the stadium last night.
I mean, okay.
All right, you out of here?
I'll stick out. I'll stick around. I'm just gonna. I won't be watching the stream. So if you put anything on the chat or make any obscene gestures, let me know.
No, I was trying to get them to talk trash about you early in the stream when you weren't paying attention. I knew, and all they were asking was about your hat.
I have my hat on. It's the same hat that I wore or that I got during the Auburn game.
Hey, show everybody your horn.
Oh yeah, this is the horn. It's a vuvuzela that Casey Atnip actually got for me at one of the soccer games. So
we're not going to tell the
Show everybody the pictures on your desk.
Oh, yeah. You guys want to see the
Oh,
pictures
yeah.
on my desk? Okay.
You don't get to know the reason or what the horn is called.
Yeah. Okay. So, anyways, here's a picture of my family. It's my dog. That's my dog right there, Scully. He's a golden retriever. He's 6. My mom, my sister, and my dad. I have this picture of the greatest pitcher of this generation, Clayton Kershaw, with his World Series trophy.
I mean, would have
Great
been
night.
a former Texas Aggie had he come to college.
That's true. He married an Aggie. And then my personal favorite picture is this one.
And that is called
One Hunter Goodwin and one Billy Lucci when they were back in college together. I'm sure
And
Dan Campbell's somewhere.
What
in
is the name of
channel
that? What is the name of that photo?
Yeah, this photo has been affectionately referred to as my 2 dads. But
Okay, you can get off the stream now.
Liverpool just scored another one.
Oh, wonderful.
So
All right, here come the teams back out. So, Richard, thank
you
you for helping.
kicking me out, or I'm chilling,
Yeah.
right?
No, I'll kick you out. I'll let you work.
Okay.
All right, buddy.
Bye, buddy. Have fun.
Richard's been axed. I'm sure Kyle Field will be emptying very soon. I can see people from upstairs. There's already people walking in the parking lots across the field. Here's across George Bush. New A&M commit Le'Veon Moss was in town today from Baton Rouge. Anybody going to high school games next week? Regional semifinals around the state? It was pretty tough as, depending on if the game was in town and then if it was out of town, you were trying to find guys that lived near College Station that would want to drive up. But if we've got capabilities to do it on Zoom, like Richard and I just did, the only problem with that is you don't know what kind of delay the other person's going to be on. A&M receives a second half kick. It's Devon Achain. He gets out to the 34-yard line before he's bumped out. Gunner, yes, I do live in College Station. South College Station, matter of fact. All right, let's see how the Aggies start the second half. Still Zach Calzada in at quarterback. Looks like the same offensive line. Blake Traynor is in at left guard. Amari Daniels in at running back. Kenyon Jackson at receiver. Max Wright, Baylor Cup at tight end. Calzada to throw. Caught by Jalen Preston. It's about 5. So Amari Daniels starts the second half at running back, and then we've probably seen the last of Spiller and Achain. And Daniels Running hard. He's at the 40. He's at the 50. Pushed out of bounds across midfield. So both Miami Central freshmen have been into the game today. Keith Brown and Amari Daniels. High school teammates. A&M at the Prairie View 46. And to Daniels again, off the left side. He gets 5 or 6 before he's pushed out of bounds. Second and 5 for the Aggies. Second and 4. Sun coming out at Kyle. Hand to Daniels, goes to left, cuts inside, gets behind his pads, pushes the pile forward. First down run. You get to look at Amari Daniels, very decisive, angry runner. Good job zoning to the right by the offensive line. Good cut by Daniels. It's 49-0 Ohio State over Michigan State. Jesus. Devin Price, receiver to the top side. Drop back to pass. Calzada off his back foot, flings one to the end zone. And it's caught by Moose Muhammad. What a catch, and really what a throw by Zach Calzada. Off his back foot, he dropped it into a bucket. What a dime. That's the same end zone that Moose made the one-handed grab against New Mexico. Bryce Foster turns his man loose. Zach off his back foot, throws the go route, drops it right in. That's another one-handed catch. Something about that corner of the end zone. That's 2 one-handed grabs by Moose Muhammad. You get a look at the arm strength of Zach Calzada. It's off his back foot, and he flicks it all the way to the back corner of the end zone. Highlight reel grab. Highlight reel throw and catch, really, from Zach Calzada to Moose Muhammad. It's a great throw. It is a one-handed contested catch. $45-0. $45-0 with 12:30 to play. A&M on defense for the first time in the second half. They score on their first offensive possession. Antonio Johnson on a blitz, throw incomplete. And it is good for that quarterback that he got that ball off, because Antonio Johnson was about to put his helmet through his sternum like he did the starter in the first half. Anything worth filing away about Daniels appearing before LJ all year? I don't think he did. Like, Wasn't it against Mizzou that LJ played before Amari? I think you're trying to read into stuff too much. Handoff in tackle behind the line of scrimmage by Fadil Diggs. So Fadil Diggs has shown up a couple of times today. Second-year defensive lineman out of New Jersey. RJ Arabo into the game on the defensive line. Big hole for Stewart. Huge run for PV. That'll be by far their longest run of the game. Hard to tell where he's out of bounds at because camera crew again. Tyree Johnson too far upfield, and they run right behind him. There's no safety back there. So he runs all the way inside the A&M 40 to the A&M 36. Biggest play of the game for Prairie View. Handoff again. Tackle again in the backfield. Fadil Diggs. I think Diggs backs up Michael Clemens. We haven't seen Michael Clemens play at all. I saw him on the sideline earlier celebrating. He may have something nagging that he didn't want to push today. Yuck. I mean, this camera crew is brutal. I can't tell who made that tackle, about a 3 or 4 yard run. It was Tyree Johnson and Andre White with a little help from Leon. 3rd and 7 for Prairie View. QB scramble. I kind of can't tell. He did get a first down. Good coverage downfield, nowhere to go with it. And Conley scrambles and picks up a first down tackle made by Jordan Gilbert. Panthers at the A&M 26. Conley on a zone read keep. Gains 5. Actually gains 7. So Prairie View inside the Aggie red zone for the first time today. They're at the 19. And this broadcast doesn't even have the yellow marker for first downs. Stretch handoff. Tackle made by Aaron Hansford. Gain of 1. 3rd and 2. Third and 2. PV gets the first down on a run. Tackle made by Leon O'Neal and Jordan Gilbert. Deuce Harmon on a corner blitz didn't get the right fit. Running back's able to get inside of him. First and goal for the Panthers. On first down, they run for no gain. Jaden Peavy in there for a tackle. Second and goal from 10. Quarterback run. Backs his way to the 6. If nothing else, this PV drive is eating a bunch of time, which I'm sure both sides are happy with. Third down run is stuffed behind the line of scrimmage. Good play. Who's going to get off the bottom of that pile? Aaron Hansford. Aaron Hansford, final game at Kyle Field, shown up and played well. Fourth and goal from the 9-ish, 8-ish, 9-ish. And PV will try a 25-yard field goal from Luis Reyes, the left hash. Kick is up, and it is good. Panthers on the board. (45-3) with 5:46 remaining in the third quarter. The Prairie View drive was a lot of plays and ate a lot of clock. I think it's backup time on the for the offense, huh? Oh, on the visitor list thread, apparently Bobby Brown's in town. Somebody thought he was a recruit. Now, these recruiting visitor lists and when we do our running recruiting threads, there is not any type of post on TexAgs that gets more run in terms of viewership. The pool party recruiting thread, I think, did close to half of. Well, I don't want to say wrong. I have to go back and look it up. But it was one of the more viewed pieces of content we've had in the year, and maybe the most viewed piece of content that we put out. Obviously, like some of the threads, Horde Meltdown thread, those things have been going on a while. But in terms of staff produced content, that pool party thread was crazy. Do I have a fancy belt buckle collection? I do not. I don't. Prairie View to kick off. For the second time today. See who's returning this. It is not Devon Achain. It's Yule Keith Brown. Yule Keith squirts through, still fighting, gets to the 25. Yep, and here comes Blake Boast. Here comes LJ Johnson. Here comes Matthew Wyckoff, Akinolo Goombi, Jordan Moko, and we're going back to commercial for some reason. So, wholesale changes on the offense for the Aggies incoming. Something to watch if you're still locked in here and you're interested in these backups. If Jordan Moko hits his target, meaning he blocks the right guy and squares him up, watch what he does to people. I had some folks inside the program telling me, like, he just absolutely demolishes blockers when he gets his hands on them. So remember, it's a kid from Australia that's played very little organized football. So you think about the stuff that you probably take for granted because you've watched football your whole life. Things like down and distance, hash marks, understanding where the numbers are and what they mean, like different landmarks on the field and how they are used on offensive game plans and just within the X's and O's of a play. Like, he was so far behind on all that. Like, but physically, that kid is off the charts. Would I rather be overpaid or underappreciated? Overpaid. No question. Overpaid and overappreciated is what I'm talking about. Would you rather lose the ability to read or lose the ability to speak? That's the question. Would you rather be overpaid or underrated? Overpaid, again. Bob would rather lose the ability to speak than lose the ability to read. Hey, how about this? There's a good chat we'll leave up there for a while. 4138 campaign for Kids First Fund is over $217,000. That's really cool. All right, here's Blake Boast, LJ Johnson. Boast hands to Johnson. Good cut behind his pads. It's 4. So, offensive line for the Aggies. Left tackle looks like Trey Zune. Get the zoom back out here. I'm going to go left to right. Zune, Trainer, Wyckoff, Moko, Ogumbi. I believe Aggie is at right tackle. Aggie is at right tackle. Throw from Boast, caught by Moose. He gets about 3 or 4. That's what I said, Robert. Like, I'd rather lose the ability to read because then, like, you can just tell Siri to read stuff for you. Is that Blake Boast's first career completion? It might be. 3rd and 2. And LJ Johnson squirts through a tackle, gets the first down. Hoping they'd convert there because you just want to see the backups do some more stuff. Kenyon Jackson remains in at receiver.
Yes, so this is first career completion, 3rd career attempt.
You could have just texted that to me, Richard. And again to LJ on the counter. He busts through across midfield. Ooh, that was an ugly tackle. He's okay. Yep, he pops right up. LJ showing some of that burst that made him such a highly touted recruit. Counter play. Good burst from LJ. Aggies across midfield at the Prairie View 48.
What would you say if I told you that Liverpool has scored more points than Prairie View A&M?
It's 4-0.
Yep.
Oh, I would say that's a 4-yard loss. Somebody didn't block a defensive lineman.
All right, buddy.
I'd probably rather be 11-1. I don't know. That's tough. But 11-1, you're in the playoff hunt with the way the year's gone for sure. 2nd and 15 after the 5-yard loss. Bose back to pass, pressure, throws a screen. Good setup, good LJ, good cut, gets north and south. LJ gets 14 on the screen pass. I don't know what Bose was doing. Good job setting it up. And then LJ runs past a bunch of blockers. He ran past Wyckoff and Trainer out in the open field. 3rd and 1. And tackle in the backfield. Fourth and 2 for the backups as the train makes its way down Welborn Road. Fourth down, I formation. Aggies need 2. Ernest Crownover ahead of Amari Daniels. Devin Price in motion. Turn, give to Daniels. He burrows his way. Looks like he got a first down. Just got enough. Good job by Ernest Crownover. Kind of a stalemate at the line of scrimmage, and he came in and engaged with a guy that had been locked up with Trey Zune and moved him off the hole and was able to get enough space for Amari to squirt through. So Aggies first down. Hand to Daniels. Wyckoff pull. Daniels goes for about 4-ish. That'll bring us to the end of the 3rd quarter. Texas A&M 45, Prairie View 3. $45-7. Excuse me, 45-3. End of 3. Let's see the backups get in the end zone one time. Let me let Bose take a true drop back and make a read and make a throw. Robert Hall, I do not know that. You'd have to go and look at their roster. I do know they're having a good year for the SWAC. They play for the SWAC championship next week, and they did a lot of work in the transfer portal. I gazed at their roster earlier this week and saw a bunch of transfers. Thread on the board about the PV band saying that A&M just lose halftime. This table stinks. was kind of quite a few Prairie View or folks in Prairie View stuff walking around outside of the TexAgs office before the game started. And I do know there was a huge traffic jam at 290 and 6 right there outside of Prairie View. They said it was jammed up pretty good for a while trying to get onto Highway 6. I'll tell you what, once 249 is finished, and I don't know what the completion date is on that, but once 249 is completed, that's going to be my route to Houston probably 90% of the time. You can really get after it on 249. Anytime I'm going to like Tomball, the Woodlands, even Atascocita area, Humble area now, I use 249. It'll be really convenient once they connect it in Navasota. I got to make some decisions on my high school games next week. I got Katy plays Friday at like noon in Houston, and then I could go see El Campo again on Friday night in the Woodlands. Get 2 on Friday. I'm going to try to do 1 on Saturday before the A&M LSU game. Wigman plays in Waco Saturday at 2, so I may go to that. Be cutting it close to getting back for the time of kickoff, but I figure 2 o'clock kick, game's probably over by 4:30. Get out of the stadium by 5. I could probably make it back to College Station before that LSU kick. Is it a 7 o'clock kick next week or 6? I gotta look at it.
$6 Central Time kickoff on ESPN, Brauninger.
Well, that's going to make it tough for me to get back then.
All right.
Amari Daniels, handoff, runs over a man inside the 20.
Yeah.
A&M at the 19. Counter play, Daniels inside. He's at the 10, spins off a tackle inside the 10 to the 8. Some good-looking runs here in the late in the third and early fourth quarter by the pair of A&M backs that run behind Spiller and Achain. Receivers are Devin Price, Moose Muhammad, and Kenyon Jackson. Tight end is Baylor Cupp. True freshman Blake Boast in at quarterback. And Amari off the left side, and he will coast in. Touchdown, Amari Daniels. First one of his career. Miami native off the left side, untouched from 8 yards out. Good job. Good block. Baylor Cupp, Trey Zune, combination block. Cupp up to the second level. Extra point by Caden Davis. And the Aggies are across, or have hung half 100. 52 to be exact on Prairie View. 52-3. Early in the fourth quarter. What are we thinking, chat? A couple more series we got here before the end of the game. Said I've got a baseball game to coach at 4 o'clock on the south end of town. Little exhibition. Actually had a team fly in from Phoenix, Arizona. It's a baseball team that wanted to come check out Texas A&M, a baseball academy. They flew in from Phoenix, Arizona, touring A&M today, went to the football game, and then while they were in town, they were wanting to play somebody. So we're getting a group of my 2025s, my freshmen from around the area, and we're going to play a 9 to 10 inning game against these guys and hopefully give them their money's worth, the reason why they traveled to Texas. So pretty cool deal. It's really not a game. It's like a glorified exhibition. Big rosters trying to get everybody on the mound and inning and rotating guys defensively and hitting 12 or 13. So it's just a get together to play a little ball. Anybody got any state championship picks? I mean, we're 2 rounds in now, so a bunch of teams have been eliminated. I had Fort Bend Marshall as a state champion. They went out in the first round. I had Cy Park as a state finalist. They went out in the first round. I can hear William Lucci downstairs. What are the odds we get Billy on stream, chat? 0? Higher than 0? Hey, Billy, come get on the stream. Billy said it sounds so fun. There was 150 people in here, Billy. You're welcome. Everybody calling Billy a 2. They're calling Billy a 2%er. Billy, the chat's calling you a 2%er. What kind of snacks you getting, Richard? Chips Ahoy. Hey, no free ads.
Big cookie guy.
You should have got the other Milk's favorite cookie in there.
I don't need milk.
We don't have any milk in the refrigerator.
Why would we have milk? Oh, we do have milk.
Oh, we have no milk.
Why would I want a glass of milk?
With Milk's favorite cookie. Dude, you're crazy if you pick Chips Ahoy over that.
Eat my ass.
Does the crowd leaving so early hurt the recruiting visits? No. It's Prairie View at 11 a.m. They kind of know what they're getting into. Did Cedar Hill beat Tyler Legacy? If so, then Bridgeland does play them next week in Waco. A lot of backups in on defense. Josiah Harris is in. Shamar Turner in. Darius Jones. Drayden Norwood's in for the first time this year. Freshman out of Arkansas. Chris Russell at linebacker. Jordan Gilbert at safety. Another run into the teeth of the defense. Shamar Turner makes a tackle. Jordan Gilbert in there as well. Excuse me, that is a Darius Jones. Fadil Diggs. Tarian Lee. Can you tell what kind of coffee creamer is behind me? The label's turned. No free ads. Third and 4. Run is going to be just short, it looks like. Nope, they gave him the first down. Chad, I'm going to give the offense one more series, and we're going to get off of this thing. Alex Zettler, walk on in at safety. Actually, I think he was just put on scholarship. John Gilbert makes another tackle. Who's 33? Getting into the depth chart here, and I need to look. 33 is – I'm not listed on the TexAgs roster. Who's 33? What am I missing? There's 11 minutes and 30 seconds remaining, Connor. Clock's moving. They're going to throw. Good play by Deuce Harmon at the last second. Oh, they're going to PI? Like Deuce got a clean deflection on that. It's the first Prairie View throw in a while. You look at the replay. I didn't see any pass interference there on Deuce. Any chance Jay Fair from Lockwall, he changes his mind on Auburn? I haven't followed that recruitment. It's a Dallas area kid, but it seems like he's been pretty locked in. Where's the PI? I guess he grabbed his left arm. Like Deuce Harmon was surprised like everybody else, but PV was throwing the ball. So pass interference moves the chains on third down. Panthers are across midfield. And they go back to the running game. Bottled up in the backfield. Scramble. Quarterback's got little wheels. Tarian Lee runs him out of bounds. He'll get credit with a tackle there. Clock rolling down near 10 minutes. 3rd and 5 for Prairie View at the A&M 40. Pass. Throw over the middle. Deflected. Good play by Jordan Gilbert. Good break on the ball. Nearly undercut that for an interception, but did get his hand on the ball. Showed really good instincts there. That's a really good break on the football. Billy's choosing to leave the office and not come on stream.
Ronnie, shut your ass up.
So you guys, everybody in the chat is going to be very disappointed. 4th down throw, incomplete.
Ronnie, why are you such an idiot?
Alex Zettler with a pass breakup. Haven't heard or seen from Demas today. Yeah, he's out. He did not play today. Turnover on downs, and this will likely be the last series on the live stream. Give the offense backups one more go, and then I'll get off of here. And as always, David Nuno will have the post-game wrap shortly after this one's over. That Billy was screaming very loud. Uh-oh, Texas making a game of it in Morgantown, huh? Yeah, Devin Price has been playing. Yeah, he was playing around. NWH Holmes. I need food, sustenance. What's the quarter time on this West Virginia Texas game? Could Texas overturn a 2-score lead at the half for the first time all year and kill off this losing streak? Well, the broadcast is very bright. Bose scrambles, throws. Couldn't tell if that was a catch or an incompletion or what the ruling was. It was ruled incomplete. It was intended for Kenyon Jackson. Blake Smith into the game at tight end. Second-year player out of South Lake Carroll. And LJ Johnson. He runs for 11. First down, Texas A&M. Yeah, we talked this week, like there's no such thing as a throwaway weekend for this coaching and recruiting staff. So even if the non-Power 5, FCS opponent, they're not just going to give the weekend away. They can get people here who they can. Well, big run by LJ. He gets one cut and he gets downhill. He's tough to bring down. Not your side-to-side guy, but definitely a one-cut downhill type of runner. Good block, Matthew Wyckoff. Hand again to LJ. Gets 8. LJ running with some purpose. I don't know that they're going to let Bose throw the ball at all now. And I'm getting 7 or 8 a pop. They've run for 266 yards today. Hand to Johnson. It gets bottled up at the line of scrimmage. Third and 3. Halfway through the fourth quarter. Bose in the shotgun. Behind him is LJ Johnson. Hand it to LJ on the stretch again. Good cut. Gets behind his pads. Fights forward for about 5 or 6 and a first down. Yeah, I thought Moose made a really good account for himself today. I thought Keith Brown showed some things. These backup running backs, LJ and Amari, have run well. I mean, it's all things considered with the competition, but you got to be pleased at least. I mean, better than them coming in here and just laying an egg and rolling over and sleepwalking through this thing. hand to LJ, and he's caught from the backside. I mean, it pretty obviously what A&M's going to do here with the clock and the lead. That was LJ's 10th carry of the game, tackled in the backfield. They're at the line of scrimmage. Backup offensive line getting a lot of snaps. So is Blake Boast. They haven't asked Boast to do anything really. It's thrown the ball, what, twice? 3 times? Amari Daniels back in. Blake Smith still in at tight end. Keith Brown, Moose Muhammad, and Kenyon Jackson are your receivers. Straight drop for Boast. Throws over the middle. Intercepted. Picked off in the end zone. Boast was looking for, I see on replay, it was a tight shot, and then cameraman freaked out once the ball was intercepted. It's 22 for Prairie View's 5th interception of the season. All right, so that'll do it for the live stream. There's less than 6 minutes left. A&M up 52-3. So you come back, check out David Nuno's post-game wrap, and we will see about the live stream next week.
Time out. So now I don't think A&M's going to score again. The game's under 6 minutes to go. You got to start watching whether or not Prairie View scores. The line was 45.5.
Important to some.
So it's significant to some, Bronny.
Okay. So do you want to take over the stream or not?
No, I was just letting you know.
Okay. I didn't bet this game at all. If you bet A&M versus Prairie View, you're probably a degenerate.
Very true.
Okay.
Bye, bud.
All right, everybody, signing off, and we'll see about next week. I want to see if I'm going to cover that high school game, and then if I do, whether I could get back in time to do the live stream. I think a 2-hour kick and then a 6 o'clock kick would be cutting it close. But we'll see about that next week for the A&M LSU game. Appreciate you guys sitting in with me today. Aggies runaway win here against Prairie View. Stick around. David Nuno and the post-game show coming up once the clock hits 0. We'll see y'all potentially next week.